Arizona kind of had their way with you today.
They did. Yep, they were the aggressors. We played on our heels the whole game. We played scared. We turned the ball over. Really, there was very little good that came out of the game. I did think that our defense, by and large, was pretty good. That's something that we can build on. But, I'm an offensive coach, and I don't think I've ever had a team that looked that undisciplined and scared ever. Maybe since community college, and even most of my community college teams could have put up 41.
Yep. Yeah, Coach, one of those games where you just want to make some closing remarks, and then you got to move on and learn from those lessons. That's for sure. And I think they just did play a little bit too fast. And it's learning in the heat of the fire for this young team. And I think you guys, as a coaching staff, will take them through those hard lessons and get them out on the other side of this to perform a little bit better. They know what's coming at them, and they know and can feel that pressure that maybe you haven't been able to assimilate in practice. No, we don't. We can't simulate it. That's the bottom line. We can't simulate it, but that's no excuse. Our kids know better than to, some of the times couldn't even get the ball inbound. Seriously? Your kids' sports kids know how to get the ball inbounds against pressure. I'm really disappointed. I was at a loss, and it wasn't just one or two. It was basically everybody. We had a couple of bright spots. We put, some possessions together here, there. I'm not saying it was all negative, but we got to play better, and thank God it was on national TV. That was good.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go and have a safe trip home, and we'll talk to you back in Eugene.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right, Coach, we're going to get some quick questions here for you. We'll start with James Crepea, the Oregonian.
Kelly, recognizing that youth is a factor, but it's not an excuse. What do you go back to and turn to in terms of you can't crack the whip all the time to get the message across? So what lessons, what times in your past do you turn to? Is it the year from when Sabrina and Ruthie were freshmen? Do you go back to the lessons that you learned then of how to get this corrected so that the second time around in the league schedule, these aren't the results against the top teams?
I hope, yeah. We had some games like that back then. I just think we're too good to have that right now. I'm sorry. How do you get 100? You score 100 on Cal. I get it. Cal's not Arizona, but at the same time, I just think we play really well as front runners. But when things get tough and teams get physical against us, we have not shown that we can respond, consistently. We've just got to get better at that. Yes, we do. That goes without saying. That was kind of a meaningless comment, really. I think we just watched 40 minutes of that. Again, we just got to recenter our thinking. We got to make practices more competitive. I think the time has come for me to really just kind of tighten the rotation and say, you know what, this is what we're going with. If you're not in the rotation, work harder and find a way in, find a way to contribute. And I'm trying to keep a lot of kids happy and give them a chance. And I get it. This is what I wanted to do. But I thought it showed its ugly head tonight. And we just never got any kind of rhythm. And we were on our heels all night, James.
Eric Scopel, 247 Sports.
Another game where the third quarter wasn't much better. I think out of the second quarter, you guys showed some things, cut to 7, and then that third quarter was just as bad as the first. Is that kind of part of what makes it so frustrating?
Well, but I thought tonight we defended well enough to win this game. So when you say it was the third quarter, well, we defended well, I thought, for the most part. We had a couple of lapses here and there. I thought we did a good job on Aerie until late that second quarter. But the third quarter, we came out, you look at our first few possessions, I thought we got decent looking shots. We got, good shots. We made some stops, back-to-back stops. We just couldn't, since our offense was so ugly, we couldn't get back in it. I thought we had the opportunity to. Our free throws were awful. We missed some pretty good looks early. We didn't shoot it well from range. And credit Arizona, man. They put pressure on you. They make it hard. They run everything that they want, But when we try to run something, we can't even get the ball in bounds or can't get it to a wing to initiate the offense, or when we try to set a screen, we're pushed, and and then we get called for the offensive, the bad screen. So just a lot of things we've just got to get better at and pay attention to those details.
Ryan Thorburn, register guard.
Kelly, are you surprised that some of your older players that have proven it before, Boley and both Taylors, are kind of struggling as well right now?
Yep. Bottom line is they got to get better. They got to do better for us. In these kind of games, we need them. And that didn't happen tonight. But we got to find a way, man.
Back to Eric.
It doesn't get any easier. We got the Washingtons coming in next week. Washington State just beat these guys.
Eric.
I was going to ask just about Sedona and getting her back for minutes. I know she only had 1 point, and I think she could have had more if a charge was called a block. But what did you see from her and her limited opportunity there and kind of the progress she's had?
I'm just glad she got her feet wet. She had to come back. She hadn't even practiced. So, we threw her out there today after maybe 10 minutes total of practice. So, she doesn't have the strength. She wasn't able to get deep position. They're really physical. We didn't do a good job of getting it to her. Heck, we couldn't get it to the second line of our offense all night long. But I'm just glad she got some time. And, she'll be better with each game.
Just a couple here more for you, Coach.
Thank you.
Jerry Thompson,
Thank
Dust
you.
Illustrated. Jerry.
Who's up?
Jerry, you're still muted, Jerry.
Come
Hello?
on, Jerry.
I'm doing it. I don't know.
We'll come back to you, Jerry. Javier Morales, AP.
Coach, I remember at the Pac-12 tournament last year, you made a comment about Arizona being a team to be concerned about this coming season. So what are your thoughts about how Adia's team is, what they showed tonight? It's the first time she's been able to beat Oregon in her career. Just your comment about how Arizona's progressed.
They lost last game. They beat us. That's all I can, they're a good team. They've got veterans. They've got grad transfers. They've got, Aaron McDonald's a fifth-year senior who's going to go top 5 in the draft. They have a really good team, and they play really hard. So, like you said, she's never beaten us, but now she has, and she beat us really well. So, yeah, they've got a good team. They're right in the thick of it, I guess, and yeah.
All right, Jerry, last one.
Jerry, you got
Okay,
to
Coach.
mute
Sorry
it,
for the birthday.
bro.
What happened?
We're going to skip you today, Jerry. Eric, last one.
I was just going to ask you, just kind of globally now, looking at the season, I know it's a lot of games left, but in terms of winning a fourth straight conference championship, it's going to be an uphill battle. Just kind of how have you addressed that with your group?
I'm not that too worried about that right now. We just got to get better. Heck, if we play like this, we're not going to win another game all year, Eric. That's the honest truth. We can't be great front runners. Last week we put 100 up on Cal, and I know Cal's not Arizona, but you can't listen. We've got to be better now. We've got to be able to win tough, hard-nosed, drag-out games, and we played young today. I coached young. I didn't coach a good game. I didn't have them prepared, but defensively, I thought we had something to build on. We out-rebounded them by 11, but god dang, we had 23 turnovers, so there were a lot fewer shots for them to go rebound. So, we'll hopefully bounce back. We better. This is gut check time.
Thank you very much for your time, Coach.
Thank you, guys.